Hello, this is Brian Cooper, week 8, and I'm presenting my data analysis. What I chose to analyze, the data I chose to analyze, was from a quiz taken not like maybe like a month or two ago that focused on the high school biology concept of enzymes. And what I was trying to assess were these two um, standards given by Pennsylvania for preparation for the Keystone exams. The first standard states describe the role of an enzyme as a catalyst in regulating a specific biochemical reaction, and explain how factors such as pH, temperature, and concentration levels can affect enzyme function. Now, those two standards go hand in hand. You can't teach the second one without students having a full understanding of the first one. This was a 10-question quiz that I gave my students. And as you can see, I numbered the students 1 through 27 as anonymous identifiers. And I tallied up. So each question I tallied up whether or not they got the answer correct or incorrect. A 1 means that they got the answer correct, and a 0 means they got the answer incorrect. On the right-hand side, oh, I'm sorry, yeah, right-hand side, you can see that these are the scores the students received from the quiz. At the bottom right here, you can see the percent number of students who got that question correct. Now, taking a look at this data, I could see that um, if the students scored from an 80 and up, um, they're highlighted in green. A 70 and up is yellow, and anything below that is in red. And you can see that we had 3 questions in the green, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 questions in yellow, and only 1 question in the red at 67%. And I wanted to look at that question to see um, and try to figure out maybe why the students struggled with that question. And the question is right here. Uh, Renin is an enzyme that breaks down a protein in milk called casein. When renin and casein are combined, casein is broken down into smaller polypeptides. If renin was combined with a carbohydrate, which has a different shape and molecular structure than casein, what would be the most likely result? Now, already I can see that this is a wordy question, and they were never taught directly what renin or casein was. So this is an application question. They needed to be able to understand how enzymes work and how the enzyme substrate complex works and be able to apply that to a different situation. And one thing I feel that I could do in the future is provide more opportunities for students to be able to apply their knowledge into unfamiliar situations. I also highlighted in red students that received a 50 or a 60, and there is uh, an 8, 9, 10 students um, that are in the red. And those students in particular, I feel that I would have to do a reteach on these topics. And then over here, you can see that have some analysis. I had the minimum score. The smallest score was a 50. The maximum was 100. The average, the mean, was a 78.8, which I am pretty proud of. It's almost an 80. The median was a 90, which means that 50% of the students scored above a 90, which I am proud of. The mode is also 90, which is great. It occurs the most. The range is a 50, and the standard deviation is 18.46. Continuing, um, surprising standard deviation, a lot larger than I expected, but I guess you can expect that when you have this type of range. And then in this table is a frequency table showing how many students received different scores. It was easy because of since there were 10 questions, each questions worth 10 points. You see that 3 students earned a 50, 6 students earned an 80. Oh, so that means only 9 students received um, a lower score. 3 students got a 70, 1 student got an 80, 7 students got a 90, and 7 students got a perfect score. And so I wanted to look at that more in detail. So I have this bar graph that kind of shows the spread of the different scores, and you can see that it's higher up in the 90 to 100 score range. And I also thought it would be interesting to do a pie graph to kind of see a visual representation of what percent of students received what score. 25.9% received 100, 25.9% received a 90, 3.7% received an 80, 11.1% received a 70, 22.2% received a 60, and 11.1% received a 50. So, like I said before, as my interpretation of this analysis, major question was question 4 a good question? Because that can always be a possibility. Is this a good question? It's very wordy. It involves multiple concepts because of their knowledge of macromolecules such as carbohydrate and polypeptides. Now, this was a question that I took from the my Philadelphia school district's test bank, and so the test bank is designed to have questions that would prepare them for the Keystone, which is the standardized test they take at the end of the year. So I may just not use this question in the future, or I could, like I said before, prepare students to be able to apply their knowledge in unfamiliar situations. And my final analysis is that these students, numbers 9, 12, 14, 15, 17, 18, 21, and 24, are students that are going to need more support in having them reteach this concept so they are ready and prepared for the Keystone exam by the end of the year. And that is all I have. Looking forward to your feedback. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.